Welcome to another episode where we are going to continue solving our 2023 GCE paper. Again, don't forget to subscribe, comment so that you don't miss out the next video, because we are finishing this 2023 paper to help you gain that confidence you need as you are approaching the exam. So again, don't forget to join our Fast Revision Academy, where we help you with a fast revision guide which will help you this last month for you to pass your exam. So let's continue. Question 9 is saying solve the equation 2x squared plus x minus 3. So what do you need to understand? So whenever you see a squared in the equation, just remember that this question requires us to have two answers. You can either have positive or negative. So this is what you need to understand. Whenever you see a square, just remember that you need to have two answers, a positive answer and a negative answer. So remember, this is quadratic equation. You have to apply factorization. So remember, factorization in our question 3, we solved factorization. So how can we solve this equation? So our first step is to find the product. So what do we mean when we say product? So our first step is to find the product. So the product are two numbers that can give us 6 if we multiply them. What do I mean? So the product are basically two numbers which can give us the 6. So where is 6 coming from? So for us to have the product, you have to multiply this number without any letter times the number with a square. So it's a number which has x n squared times a number with nothing. So we have 2x squared times negative 3, which gives us negative 6x squared. Then what is our sum? So our sum is the number on the middle. So our sum is the number on the middle. So our sum is positive x. So we have our sum and our product. So that's the first thing. The first thing you need to find what? The product and the sum. So I told you, how do you find the product? By multiplying the number without the letter with the number with it squared. Then what is the sum? The number between. Then your step 2 now is to find the common numbers. You have to find numbers which, when you multiply them, they will give you what? Negative 6x squared. Then when you add them, they will give you what? Positive x. Remember, they should give us what? Negative 6x. Then when we add them, they should give us positive 3x. So find the numbers that gives the product and the sum. So what numbers can give us the product and sum? Of course, our first number is positive 3x. So our first number is positive 3x. Then our second number is what? If we have positive x as our first number, meaning our second number is negative 2. Why am I saying that it is -2? Because if we multiply 3 times -2x, we are going to get what? -6x squared. 3 times 2, -6. X times x, x squared. Then if we add 3 plus 2, we say that you subtract 3 minus 2, which is x, then you get the sign of the bigger number, which is +3. So these are the two numbers. So now once you find the numbers which can give you the sum and the product, you are going to replace the product with, you're going to replace the sum with those numbers. Why are we replacing the sum with those numbers? Because we want to have how many? 4, so that we can factorize. So we need to have how many variables? 4 instead of 3, because we can't factorize 3 things unless we have 4 things. So that's the point of you finding these two numbers. So now you write the equation. You say 2x squared minus 2x plus 3x minus 3 is equals to 0. If you can see here, now we have replaced where there was x, here we have put what? -2 and 3x as our two numbers, because they give us what? The sum. So meaning this is the same as putting x. Then the next thing is factorize. So remember what I told you about factorization. First, find what is common. So what is common between these first two things? So we can see that we have 2x here and 2x here. So we say 2x is common. Then the next step I told you is to do what? Divide now. So you say 2x divided by 2x squared is what? So most of you might confuse yourself. So when you have 2x squared, we are saying that we have 2 times. So we are saying that we have 2 times x times x divided by what? 2 times x. So if we are to divide 2x into 2x squared, you have 2 cancel, 2 cancel, 2 cancel, and these 2 cancel. We will remain with what? X. So here we have x minus 2x divided by 2x is 1. Then you move on to the next one. What is common here? What is common here is 3. So you say 3. Then 3 divided by 3x, you cancel the 3, remain with x minus 3 into 3, 1 is equals to 0. So here is where now you will confirm if your equation is right or wrong. Why? Because whatever is inside the bracket, they should be the same. They should not be different. So once you confirm that they are the same, you can now pick just one. So we'll pick this one. So we'll say x minus 1. Then also whatever is outside the bracket, you put them together is equals to 0. So now, since this is an equation we are supposed to solve the value of x, we are going to separate now the equation, because we have simplified it to the lowest point, which can help us now to solve the value of x. So now we say x minus 1 is equals to 0, or 2x plus 3 is equals to 0. So our first answer, x is equals to 0 plus 1. So for us, 1 will close the equal sign and it will become a positive. So x is equals to 1. Or we have 2x. So we group the like terms. So the numbers, we group them together. So since 3 and 0 don't have x, we are going to group them. So you say 2x is equals to 0 minus 3. Then 2x is equals to negative 3. Then you divide by 2. Divide by 2. So our x is equals to negative 3 over 2 as our final answer. So remember what I told you, whenever you see a squared, your answers should be 2. So I hope you have understood this process. So to summarize again, step 1, find the product and the sum. So if you find the product and the sum, step 2, find two numbers which can give you the product if you multiply them and can give you the sum if you add them. Then after you have found those numbers, replace them with where the sum is, then factorize. Moving on to our question 10. So our question 10 is saying the universal set E as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And our set A is a set of prime numbers. And our set B is 3, 6, 9. List set A union B. So how can you list set A union B? So first you start by listing the set of numbers. So what are prime numbers? So prime numbers, these are numbers which are only divisible by 1 and itself. So if you know that these numbers can only be divided by 1 and itself, you will be able to identify correct numbers, because if you identify long numbers, your answer will be wrong. So what are those numbers? So we have set A, which has 2, 3, 5, 7, and that's all. So these are the prime numbers. So why did we end at 7? Because our universal set is ending at 9. So meaning we cannot go above 9 as we are writing or as we are listing these prime numbers. Again, we cannot go below 0 as we are listing these prime numbers. So this is our set A, and our set B as what? 3, 6, 9. So now they want us A union B complement. So they want us to join numbers which are not in what? In set B. So how can we list numbers which are not in set B? So you say A union B therefore is equals to, you cancel out 3, you cancel out what? 9, and you also cancel out what? 6. Yeah. So these are the what? The numbers which are not in, which are in set B, sorry. So if we cancel them, we're saying that the remaining number are the complement. So meaning we have 0, we have 0, 1, 2, 3 is in B, so we won't write it. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 is in B, so we won't write it. 7 and 8. So these are the numbers which are in A union B complement. So once you write like this, meaning you have solve this question, it is 1 mark. All 1 marks question are simple, so make sure the all 1 mark questions you get them correct. They will boost you a lot. Imagine you get all the 23 questions, one. Already you have 23 marks. Then you also add those 12 marks, those 12 marks. Already you have what? 32. You are going just like that. So paper 1, you have to use the strategy. So question B, the following diagram shows a regular hexagonal light pyramid. So find the number of planes of symmetry. So first you need to understand the meaning of plane of symmetry. So plane of symmetry is just a line which, so plane of symmetry is just a line or an imaginary line which cuts the object into two equal parts. So we are saying that this plane of symmetry is just an imaginary line which cuts the what? The object into an equal part. So here a simple trick which you can use, just know that the number of, or the plane of symmetry is equals to the number of sides that shape has. So just identify the base. So our base is hexagonal, meaning it has 6 sides. So meaning our plane of symmetry is what? 6. Meaning you have solved your what? Your question. You have your 2 marks there. Moving on to our question 10. Moving on to our question 11. Yeah. I hope you are following. So question 11. So question 11 is saying town A and town B are on longitude 75 degrees west and 45 degrees east, respectively. Find the time difference between this time. So our part A, we are required to do what? To find the time difference. So how can you find the time difference? So remember, whenever we are finding the time difference, or whenever we are talking about time specifically in paper 1, what you need to know is the longitude. Whatever should come into your mind are longitude. So whenever we have time in paper 1, just know that your main focus should be on longitude. So now, how do you add longitude? Because whenever you hear time difference, it's either adding or subtracting. That is the rule here. So whenever you hear time difference, you either subtract or add. So now, what is the rule for us to add and for us to subtract? So for example, in our question we have west and east, meaning we have different sides. So the first principle is that if you have different sides, that is west, east, you add. We do what? We add. Then same sides, we do what? West, west, or east, east, or south, south, you subtract. So once you understand this principle, meaning no question on time difference will be added for you, because this is the only thing we need to know: subtraction and addition. How do you add? How do you subtract? That's the only thing you need to understand. So now going back to our question, the question is saying the time difference. This is the, so for us to find the time difference, we have to find first what? The difference in longitude. What difference in longitude? So how do you find the difference in longitude? That's where this rule applies. So since we have 75 degrees west and 45 degrees north, they are different sides. So the difference in longitude will therefore be 75 plus 45, which will give us 0, which is 7, which has given us 120 degrees. So this is our difference in longitude. So we have our difference in longitude, meaning we have already solved our time difference. Now, for us to find the time difference, they are saying time, this is longitude, this is in degrees. So meaning the only step remaining here is just to convert 120 degrees into what? Into hours. That's our time difference. So how can we convert it? So you have to say 1 hour is equals to 15 degrees. So this is the rule which you need to know whenever you are converting from what? From degrees to hours. So you say 1 hour is equals to 15 degrees. How about 120 degrees? So now here you do what? You cross multiply. 120 times 1 is 120. Then we have 15x. Then we divide by 15. So our x is equals to what is 15 into 120. So you say 5 into 15, we have 3. 5 into 12, we have 2. Then 3 into what? Into 20 is how much? 8. 3 into, 5 into 12, we have what? 2. Remainder 2. Then 5 into 20, so we have 24. So 3 into 24, we have 8 hours. So meaning our time difference is 8 hours. So I guess, or I hope you have understood how you can find the time difference. So the first thing is to find what? The difference in longitude. How do you calculate the difference in longitude? You just have to look at the signs. If they are the same, you subtract. If they are different, you add. Then you convert it now to hours, which you say 1 hour is equals to 15 degrees, x is equals to 120. Yeah. Moving on to our part B. The diagram shows town P 45 degrees south, 75 degrees west, and Q 0 degrees and 75 degrees west. An aeroplane took 4.5 hours to fly from town P to town Q. Find the average speed in knots. So what is the formula for speed? So speed is equals to distance divided by time. So what do we have here? So the first thing we have is what? The time. So we have the time. So the time is 4.5 hours. But remember, we don't have the distance between what? P and Q. So P and Q. We don't have the time. But luckily, we have the formula for distance. So the formula for distance here, its distance is equals to the difference in latitude times 60. So this is another formula which you need to know as you are preparing for your paper 1 exam. So there are some formulas. These formulas I'm giving you, don't forget them as you are going to write. They will help you. Yeah. So now how can we solve? So since they are saying that it is from P to what? To Q. It's from where? P to Q. So we are going to say that what is the difference in latitude? So if you say 45 minus 0, it starts what? 45. So here you say our distance is 45 times 60. Then you convert now your time. So your time is 4.5 hours. So 4.5 hours. How can you convert it? So here, how many? So this is same as 4.5 if we were to convert it into a fraction. Yeah. So 4.5. But remember, this is not what? Paper 2. We don't have a calculator. So meaning we have to deal with the fraction. So you say 2 times 4, 8. 8 plus 1, 9. So you say 9. So here we have what? 9 over 2 as our time. Now that you have written like this, remember you have to divide. You don't have a calculator, so you have to use some tricks and tips. So here you say now 45. Don't multiply in paper 1. 45. I'll tell you when to multiply. So you say 45 times 60 divided by 9 over 2. Then we say that if you want to change the division sign into multiplication sign, you swap what is next to the division sign. So you say 45 times 60 multiplied by 2 over 9. Yeah. Remember, we are calculating the what? The speed. So here now you can do what? You can simplify things. So you can say 9 into 9 is what? 1. 9 into 45, that is 5. Then now you say 5 times 2, it's 10. 10 times 60, we have 600 notes. So that is how simple this question is. If you haven't multiplied, now imagine if you multiplied 45 times 6, which gave us 1000. Then you start again dividing, which will take your time. So this is where this video ends. So the next video will start from question 12 up to question 15, like there. So this is where the video ends. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell button so that you don't miss out the next video.